The replacement, no one remembered who hired Lena, and that was the first red flag. She arrived at Halcyon Technologies on a rainy Monday morning in February, a slim woman in her 30s with calm eyes and a precise smile. She was perfectly dressed, perfectly mannered, and somehow instantly forgettable. Not in a weak way, more like a trick of the brain. No one said she'd left. No emails, no goodbyes. Her name just disappeared from the team chat, and Lena's replaced it like a ghost filling a warm seat. You'd talk to her, then look away, and 2 seconds later struggle to remember what color her eyes were. You might even forget the conversation. She was introduced as a senior systems analyst, brought in to help with the transition. What transition? No one really knew. The company had gone through a quiet merger last fall. There were whispers of restructuring, realignments, some top-down shuffling. It wasn't unusual. What was unusual was that Claire, the woman Lena was supposedly replacing, had only been gone a few days. Laughed softly when others were sarcastic, like she understood the joke but didn't really feel it. But no one complained. She made their lives easier, waiting. She's already done it once. Look what happened to Claire. Lena was helpful, competent, and kind. Almost too kind. She brought people coffee before meetings, remembered birthdays she shouldn't have known. Then someone found Claire's badge. He'd been having dreams about the stairwell. Always the third floor, always hearing footsteps when no one was behind him. And a voice whispering his name, not like someone calling to him, more like someone remembering him. Someone said she got a better job. Another person swore she moved to Montreal. It was jammed behind a cabinet in the third-floor restroom. No one used that floor since remote work took over. It was dusty. It out of sight. The back of the badge was smeared with something that looked like dried blood, but it was too faded to be certain. Fragments, sentences that didn't seem complete, subjects like "I'm still here," or "She's not who you think she is." They came from untraceable addresses. They claimed they were spam, but they didn't act like spam. The photo showed Claire smiling in her usual crooked way, but as he turned the corner, he saw light, just one desk lamp glowing near the back, illuminating papers laid out in rows of employees, headshots mostly, some with red X's drawn over their faces, others circled. One paper had a name written in black ink, Claire H. Status compromised. Jules from HR brought it up quietly with her manager. A week later, she stopped showing up. Lena never mentioned her. Across the office, people started getting strange emails. One read, "You think she's helping you? But she's watching." People joked nervously. Probably a prank. Or phishing. A few changed their passwords, but most ignored it. Those who remained grew more reserved. No one talked about Claire. No one mentioned Jules. And no one, ever, brought up the emails again. And Lena. She just kept smiling. Nick, the office supervisor, didn't sleep well, asking how everyone was feeling about the transition. She attached a survey link. Real email addresses. But the tone was off. Like someone had memorized how people write without understanding why they write that way. One night, he stayed late. The mind is a funny thing. To edits, reorders, heals, or deletes. The office was quiet, computer screens dark. Cleaning crew gone. The building slept the way large buildings do, not entirely, and never without dreams. He walked up to the third floor, were observing performance. The badge reader still worked, and the door clicked open. He stepped inside. Blank, except for a single sentence at the top. Everything was untouched. Dust, shadows, rows of cubicles like abandoned graves. Unnamed entity that someone in IT opened an archived folder of inactive employees. He stepped closer. Photos, dozens. Another, Nick G, pending. He heard footsteps behind him and turned sharply, but no one was there. He fled the building and never came back. The next morning, Lena was in the break room pouring coffee for two, smiling at a junior associate she'd never spoken to before. People quit. A few were fired. The team shrank, 'cause new ones started to come. This time, they were different. Looked like internal memos. Official headers. Your access has been granted, Subject 5. Await Phase 2 protocol. Maintain the persona. Someone forwarded one to Lena by mistake, or maybe on purpose. She read it without blinking, then deleted it. Later that day, she sent a just checking in message to the entire team. Only one person responded. He was gone by Friday. Eventually, people forgot there had ever been a Claire. New hires joined. Lena was always there to greet them, always patient, always helpful. She never aged. She never took a day off. She never left the building. It wasn't until years later, when Halcyon Technologies was acquired against, wallowed up by a quiet. Inside was a document, untitled. She wasn't replacing anyone. She was inserting herself. There was no metadata, no creation date, no author. They deleted the file, or thought they did. It's the next morning, their inbox lit up with a message. Hello? Just checking in. How are you feeling about the transition? The end. The replacement.